11% of the entire plastic pollution is because of just one company. This company is single-handedly responsible for polluting a 1/10 of the entire planet. This is not just any company. We're talking about one of the most recognized brands on the planet.
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Rewind to the 1950s. If you wanted to enjoy a refreshing Coca-Cola, you'd buy it in a glass bottle. Once finished, you'd return the bottle to the store. Coca-Cola would collect, wash, and refill these bottles. It was a perfect example of a circular economy before the term even existed. But then everything changed. In 1978, Coca-Cola introduced the plastic bottle. The bottle covered an iconic red and white label was marketed as a revolutionary packaging solution that doesn't break. It's resealable, lightweight, and recyclable. And here's where the manipulation started, which was basically to brainwash people into thinking that Coca-Cola using plastic bottles is better for the environment than glass bottles, by funding a study which confirmed this fact. The only problem is Coca-Cola's own research told a different story. A study conducted by the company in 1969 showed that reusable glass bottles had lower overall environmental impacts than other containers. So why did they make the switch at the cost of their reputation? Well, it's easy. Companies with as much of a spending power as Coca-Cola think and plan in decades. The answer, as is often the case in business, comes down to profit. Plastic was cheaper, lighter, and more convenient. An obvious win for the company, but a loss for the planet which they obviously didn't care much about. Fast forward to today, and the consequences of this change are quite clear. Coca-Cola has been named the world's worst plastic polluter for 6 consecutive years, and its plastic production is nowhere near slowing down. In 2022 alone, the Coca-Cola company increased its plastic use by 6% to 3.43 million metric tons. To put that into perspective, if you lined up all the plastic bottles Coca-Cola produces in a year, you could travel from Earth to Moon and back 31 times. Obviously, Coca-Cola isn't blind to this problem, because in 2018, they launched their World Without Waste campaign, pledging to make their packaging 100% recyclable by 2025 and use at least 50% recycled material in their packaging by 2030. They even claimed that plastic was one of the most environmentally responsible packaging options available. Coca-Cola has a long history of making big promises about sustainability. In the 1970s, Coca-Cola co-founded the Keep America Beautiful campaign, which was supposed to reduce plastic litter from the environment. In reality, it shifted the blame for pollution onto consumers. Today, Coca-Cola continues to use similar tactics. In their ads, Coca-Cola often shows their iconic glass bottles. It looks nostalgic and eco-friendly, but they use glass bottles in their ads 5 times more often than they do in real life. It's a misleading image that doesn't reflect their actual practices. There's already a solution to this problem, one that Coca-Cola used to use: refillable bottles. Germany, for example, has a nationwide system for returning and refilling bottles. They get 98% of their bottles back, almost every single one. Before Coca-Cola switched to single-use plastics, their US bottlers were getting 96% of their bottles back to refill. This used to be the norm right here in America. But refillable bottles are just one part of the solution. We also need transparency and accountability in the waste management system. This is where technology can play a vital role. At EcoCreds, we're building a blockchain-based platform that makes every step of the waste management process transparent, trackable, and accountable. From the moment a bottle is disposed of to its final recycling or repurposing, every action is recorded and verified. This level of transparency could revolutionize how we handle plastic waste, and it would make it impossible for companies to make empty promises about recycling without following through. But for these two solutions to work, we need more than just voluntary commitments from companies like Coca-Cola. We need laws that prohibit greenwashing and hold companies accountable for their environmental claims. This isn't just about one company. It's about the future of our planet. Join us in the fight against plastic pollution. Follow EcoCreds on X to stay updated and be part of the solution.